Adam Christ from MyMMAnews.com, being joined by Wesley Russum, who is taking on Scott Suter at Stellar Fights 45, and it goes down at Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington, Delaware. First, I got to thank my guests for joining me. First, Wes, I appreciate you being on, man. How are you?
Oh, yeah, no problem. I'm doing really well. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm really looking forward to this fight. It's going to be a fun one. So let's get straight into it. First and foremost, how's training been getting ready for this fight? Obviously, this is your third time in the cage, right?
Yep, third mixed martial arts fight, and it's training's going good. I'm excited. Putting things together, closing some holes in my game that I needed to close. I'm just ready to get in there.
So I'm curious. Everybody has their story and where they came from, and this mixed martial arts journey. And obviously, judging from your previous fights, you're a phenomenal wrestler. So can you just detail how you got into MMA from the get-go?
Yeah, exactly. I started wrestling at a pretty young age, and I always wanted, there's no real like professional wrestling outside of like the Olympics and everything, and that never really interested me. Like one day when I was in middle school, I was flipping through channels and I came across some MMA actually on TV. I think it was like Uriah Faber was fighting, and they said he had like a wrestling background, and ever since then I was like, well, after I get done wrestling, my wrestling career is what I want to do. So
really, so that you knew from the gate that's where you wanted to go. Did you get like high school, collegiate, and then decide it was going to be the mixed martial arts jump?
Yeah, my goal ultimately was to get a scholarship for wrestling, which I got luckily, and after that was see if I could pursue a career in fighting.
That's awesome, man. So I want you to detail a day in your personal fight camp. From what I understand, you're an MVJ prospect. You're down in MVJ training facilities too, if I'm not mistaken.
Not currently. Right now, they just have the Newark location.
Okay.
The Denver one closed. So
Okay.
I've been back and forth with MVJ and First State Martial Arts.
Oh, nice. So can you differentiate what do you take out of both gyms? Because obviously both gyms do a plethora for you. How do you get what you get from one to the other and make them both balance and cooperate together?
Well, MVJ is my predominant striking gym, and just Professor Greg has great knowledge in the boxing, kickboxing area, which is something I need. And then Chris down at First State has been super helpful. He's got some MMA experience himself coaching guys, so he helps me put it together, with the takedowns and the jiu-jitsu and put it all together.
So getting into I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
No, I'm just so eager, man, about this matchup. You and Scott, both you guys are coming off of losses, both stoppage losses. But if you judge this bout on paper, right, it looks like a wrestler, grappler versus striker. So I'm curious, how do you view the bout? Do you view it as like a wrestler striker contest? And also, what do you know about Scott Suter?
I know he likes to stand and throw. He looks tough. So I'm looking forward to that. And I wouldn't necessarily say it's going to be like a grappler versus striker. I'm going to go out there, feel him out, see how it goes. If, I feel like my striking matches his, then that's where it'll stay. And if I feel like I need to take it to the ground, then, that's what I'll try and do.
So can you detail a day in both gyms between MVJ and First State?
I wake up in the morning, I try and get a workout in or two. And then at MVJ, you show up, you get your cardio in, beginning of class, and then you work on technique or, you do some sparring, something like that. First State, it's kind of the same. You show up, we get our warm-ups going. But, jiu-jitsu wise, you do your training, you get your technique down. Then after you got live rolls and everything. And then right now I'm in fight camp, so at both places, I get like a little bit of some individual training on the side to work on what I need to work on for this fight.
And talking about what you need to work on going in this fight, obviously both of you have your strengths. And like I said, both of you coming off of your losses, what improvements have you made going into this bout? And what prediction do you have? Obviously, you want to come out with your hand raised. You don't see it going any other way. Give a bold prediction, why don't you?
Bold prediction would be, that I finish this fight standing. Striking wise would be my ultimate goal for this. So, if anything, if I can get it done in the second, finishing striking wise, that would be a great goal. After my last fight, it was an eye opener. I knew I needed to, I had some holes in my game, and against a really good striker, least a lot better
But
than
not
me.
for nothing, you held your own against him. I mean, like you
Yeah.
were going, standing toe to toe with him for a bit. So, credit where credit's due.
Yeah. And then so training at MVJ and First State, neither of them are like a predominant mixed martial arts gym. So I'm still kind of learning as I go along, more or less.
Mhm.
So that was a learning experience in the cage. Getting hit with MMA gloves and everything, which was fine. But I just needed to experience it and
Mhm.
learn from it. And I've definitely focused a lot on striking this camp, so that that
But
this doesn't happen.
ultimately, we're looking for the second round TKO or knockout.
Yeah, that'd be a great goal.
Awesome, man. Well, we're going to close it down. Any shout out to your coaches and your teammates or any potential sponsorships that you have, as well as let the fans know how they can keep up with your fight career on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. There's so many these days, man. The floor is
Yeah.
yours.
I have Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. They're all Wesley Russum. You can follow me in my day-to-day life. Keeping up with fight camp and everything like that. I'd like to thank my gyms. First State Martial Arts and my head coach Chris, as well as MVJ, my head coach Professor Greg, as well as all my teammates that have taken time out to help me prepare for this fight and get me ready.
Awesome, man. Well, Wes, I look forward to it. You and Scott is going to be a fantastic bout. And we at My MMA News, we're going to be there doing live results. So I'm going to be doing the post-fight interviews in the cage. So given you get the win, we'll be talking soon, my friend. Good
So,
luck. And I appreciate you taking the time, man.
yeah, no problem. Thank you. Have a good one.
There he goes, Wesley Russum ahead of his bout with Scott Suter at Stellar Fights 45, and it goes down in just a couple days, February 1st at the Delaware State Fairgrounds. And make sure you keep it locked to mymmanews.com for all your live results and all your fight news needs. For Wesley Russum, I'm Adam Christ. We'll see you at the fight.